What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking about the Duel Terminal 3 in this video, and with the recent revelation of cards, I am now asking the questions, do you believe A, that the Duel Terminal 3 storyline is not over, and B, do you think at this point it is a foregone conclusion that some of the other beloved archetypes from DT3, such as Nekroz and Shaddolls, will be getting more support? And I think personally that the answer to both of those questions is yes. I think the storyline's not over, and I think that everything from DT3 is going to be getting at least one more card, maybe even like 2 cards. I don't know, that'll be up to Konami. So anyways, let me just catch everybody up, because there may be people who are watching this video who are like, DT3, what is he talking about? Maybe you started playing the game a year ago or a year and a half ago. You might not know what the heck I'm talking about. So basically, in the 5Ds era, Konami decided that they would start making these arcade machines, and they sent them to like locals across the country, and they called them Duel Terminals. Now the Duel Terminals served as a new way for Yu-Gi-Oh players to kind of experience the game. You could play against the computer, put like $1 in, you duel against them, and then, much different than any of the traditional video games, at the end of the duel you'd end up winning a card. The machine would shoot you out a card, and the card was from the Duel Terminal set, and it would have a specialized rarity. Like a lot of the Duel Terminal cards, they just look different. They have like little hollow squares on them, and some of the high-end Duel Terminal cards have different rarities, and they're only achievable to get that rarity through the Duel Terminal set. Like some of them are the high-end cards like Trishula and Brio and Ophion. They're like ultra rares out of the Duel Terminal, and the only way to get them as ultra is through that set. So Konami eventually mass-produced these same cards from this set in the Hidden Arsenal sets, the smaller sets, and not just that, because obviously they wanted to get them to everybody who didn't have access to the machines. Konami actually took all of the cards and the archetypes that were in the Duel Terminal set, and they made a storyline for them. They made an official lore for these cards. It's very similar to something like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where these archetypes are kind of at war with each other, and they're fighting, and some of them live peacefully, all in this kind of like fictional world called the Duel Terminal. It's named after the machine as well, and we are now in the third storyline of the Duel Terminal, and I thought that the third story had ended, but I'm pretty sure that it is now actively going. And with some of the cards in Invasion of Venom, like it seems like it is almost certainly. Now, for those of you who just don't know, Duel Terminal 3, it technically starts in Primal Origin, although it really, like, everything really kind of starts in Duelist Alliance, because that's when all the archetypes are released. This is a Luminescent Knight. This is actually a Gem Knight, if you can believe that. Yeah, this guy is actually a Gem Knight, and what happened is, during the battles of Duel Terminal 2, that video is still coming, by the way, during the battles of Duel Terminal 2, where the Gem Knights were fusing, they fused so many times that the core ended up being corrupted, and that's why this guy's name is anti-luminescent. He's anti-light, which is why he's dark as well. And if you look at his head, that is the Shaddoll core on his head. Look at the card, it is the same head, and it is obviously the Shaddoll core. And what I believe happened, I'm not 100% sure, because Konami still hasn't released the Duel Terminal 3 official lore yet. They released it in books, and obviously, I mean, it seems that they haven't released it because the story's not over. But what I believe that this is, or what I believe happened was, this card came in contact with like Wenda, and then it started becoming like, Wenda started becoming kind of like a carrier of the shadows. You know what I mean? She started like making shadow versions of other monsters that she came in contact with, and that the core came in contact with, and that's essentially how the Shaddolls were created. If I make any mistakes, just feel free to correct me. And then you see that this same head is on Sacrifice as well. See, these cards actually tell a story. It tells the story of the Duel Terminal. So when it comes to the context of the Duel Terminal archetypes, nothing is random. Don't ever look at any of these pictures and think that's just a random art. No, these artworks actually tell a story. You know what I mean? It's very much like an anime or something like that. And the thing is, I thought that Duel Terminal 3 ended with Cross Souls, but because there weren't any more Duel Terminal 3 related, you know, like support, the archetypes that came from DT3, they pretty much all ended. The Duelist Alliance era, as I called it, pretty much ended with like Cross Souls, but then Ultimate Providence came out in Bosch, and I was like, that's weird, because you can look at this card and you see, you know, Ritual Beast Laura there. You see that she's holding Winda. You see Leo and all this other stuff, which Leo, he's in the Duel Terminal as well. You know, I'm kind of like, wait, is this Duel Terminal 3 or is it not? And this is a TCG exclusive card, so that's even more strange. But now you look at the cards coming out in Invasion of Venom and it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Duel Terminal 3 storyline is still actively going. You see Cleafort Scout here. I think, again, that's a Nautilus, or people say that it could be from like Frozen Void. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But then now we've got new Tellarknight cards, and it's like you've got freaking Cleafort Scout and Construct all combining into one monster. So it's like, what the hell is going on? And I think that that's confirmation that the storyline is still actively going. And why I'm asking if you guys believe that some of the other archetypes are going to be getting more support is, if you look at all the Duel Terminal 3 archetypes, and for those of you who are like, well, what are the damn archetypes? You keep saying DT3, which ones are part of it? Okay, here's the Duel Terminal 3 archetypes. From Duelist Alliance, you had Shaddolls, you had Yangzings, and you had Tellarknights. From New Challengers, you had Cleafort. From the Secret Forces, you had Nekroz and Ritual Beast. From Secrets of Eternity, you had Infernoids, and from Crossroads, you had Zephyra. Those are the archetypes that are involved in this storyline. So with some of them getting more support in this set, Yangzings got 2 cards, Tellarknights have their card now, and Cleafort have a card. It would only make sense for the other archetypes to get support. Like, I think it is a foregone conclusion that within like the next couple of weeks, if not in Invasion of Venom, then possibly in, damn it, what is the I cannot remember. Oh my goodness, for the life of me, I cannot remember the set that comes out there, Invasion of Venom. But I'll remember it probably when I post this video. I'm pretty sure that in that set, we'll probably get like a new Shaddoll fusion. We'll probably get like a new Nekroz ritual monster. And people will be like, well, where the heck is this coming from? And again, I think it's because the storyline is still actively going, which is cool, because if you guys ever look into these stories, I posted a video about this before, the Duel Terminal storylines are so amazingly good. I kind of wish that they would do more of them, and they're very, very interesting. If you guys want to see the first Duel Terminal story, I'll have it linked in my, I did a video on it. I'll have it linked in the description of this video. So guys, give me your thoughts and opinions and tell me what your reaction is. I'm actually very excited, because again, I would like to see some of these Duel Terminal 3 storyline, or some of these Duel Terminal 3 decks get more support, because I actually think Duel Terminal 3 was a really huge success. Like, I love that whole era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Alliance, when we had Nekroz fighting against like Shaddolls and Yangzings and Tellarknights and Cleafort. Like, that meta was awesome, man. I don't care what anybody says. And just for the record, no, Burning Abyss is not a Duel Terminal archetype, so don't expect it to don't expect, because these get more support, for that archetype to get more support. And also, just a little fun fact, did you guys know that Exiton Knight, that's actually still from Roach? This guy used to be evil. That's all from Duel Terminal 2, and then he becomes Exiton Knight in Duel Terminal 3. So thank you guys for watching, as always.